Corey. I'm kind of curious, you being back as a running back and everything, healthy and all that. Like, what are your thoughts about, where you stand on the team and what you have to do in order to make it?
As far as coming back in the building, not really focused on trying to make the team. I'm just trying to go balls to the wall and let the chips fall where they may, and just have fun and be excited to get another opportunity to play with the guys and be back in the building because I know this place is definitely special, and I'm not trying to shy away from hard work one bit. So each day I'm gonna come in with my book bag, my pencil, my helmet, my shoulder pads, my pants, and just be excited for another opportunity to go around with the guys.
We'll go Jeff McLean and then Rob Maaddi.
Corey, now that you have been out there and it's the first day in pads, how do you feel health-wise relative to how you felt the previous 2 years coming off injury?
I feel great. Get a chance to spread the wings and get back out there and just showcase what I've been working on all off season. Regardless of the shoulder injury, I feel top notch. I feel faster, feel more explosive, and I just feel more accustomed to my body. Being able to shape up and focus on more of my lower half and taking care of the diet portion and making sure everything is top notch coming into this year.
We'll go Rob Maaddi.
Corey, what's it been like for you the last couple of years? How disappointing has it been? And has it been tougher maybe mentally than it has been physically to deal with the injuries?
As far as the mental aspect goes, that can easily sneak up on you if you allow it to. But I have a great support team around me. Being that injuries are a part of the game, can't let it shy away from, showcasing your talent every single time you step out there. So I'm not going to even think about what has happened the past few years, but, just being able to, I'm thankful to, be able to still walk, be able to still play the game that I love. That's the true blessing as it is, and being able to still throw on the Eagles helmet, that's what I'm able to do, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep at it every single day. I'm not going to shy away one bit.
Rob Kessner and then Reuben Frank.
Hey, Corey, hope you're well. So I want to ask you about Deuce Staley, who took over in Doug's stead while he was away. He's a guy who, look, in that role, he was functioning as the head coach in the building, and he's been talked about as a head coaching candidate. If somebody approached you and said, would Deuce Staley make a good head coach, what would you say?
I would definitely say yes. He has my vote. Deuce Staley, even though he's a running back coach, he definitely prides himself in being a leader all around, and that's what you have to respect. From Deuce, he's been in the system so many years. He knows what he's talking about, and he knows to go about his business. With the absence of Doug, we didn't miss a beat. Deuce Staley did a great job of making sure the team stayed together, realizing that we still have an end result, and that's to win the Super Bowl. Regardless if Doug is in the building or not, it's the next man up mentality here. Especially with COVID going on, you never know who's going to be in the building one day and who's going to be out. Like I said, Deuce has definitely got a vote in my book for the future head coach wherever he may fall. But as of right now, we just got a lot of more work to do, and we're excited to have it.
Well, Reuben Frank and then Zach Berman.
What's up, Corey? Good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm good. You mentioned changing some things during the offseason. You talked about diet and stuff like that. Did you feel maybe not necessarily the injuries were related to your offseason preparation? Did you feel there was some connection in that being healthier overall might be able to keep you on the field?
Yeah, I mean that whole thing goes into nutritional. Definitely plays into a large factor of your performance. Being able to utilize all your resources around you, whether it comes to body care nutritionally, or whether you have to pay X amount of dollars to get that certain meal prep, because everybody's different. Everybody functions in a different manner. Everybody needs certain intake versus somebody else. But for me, I started to learn my body more as I go into year 4, and just really taking more time in preparation as practice comes along, and especially for the upcoming season, just taking one day at a time, not looking too far ahead.
We'll go Zach Berman and then Jamie Apodi.
Hey, Corey, Miles Sanders said you look like the Super Bowl Corey. What does that mean when you hear that expression? What's the Super Bowl, Corey?
It's definitely pleasing to hear coming from my dog Miles. I've been working so hard just to get back out there with the guys, man. I seen them go off last year, and I'm excited to be a part of the group. Miles and Boston and Elijah, Michael Warren, anybody else I didn't mention, they're all doing a fantastic job of keeping the running back room a stout running back room. Those guys are hitting it hard every single day, and that's what I love to be a part of. The competition is definitely sharpening one another, and for him to say Super Bowl, Corey, I wanted somebody to know this because I'm balls to the wall this year. I'm happy, excited, more than ecstatic to show them that I got their back 110% with all limbs out there.
We'll go Jamie and then Bo Wolf.
Hey, Corey, good to see you all smiles there. That's pretty
How you doing?
I'm good. What is it going to be like for you, especially, the timetable is kind of sped up here, given that you guys should have already played a preseason game, and here you are just putting pads on today for the first time.
Right.
Is that like extra pressure for you to go extra all out in each of these practices, especially if you have a rookie mentality? Are guys going to go harder to try to prove themselves because you don't have the games to prove yourself?
Right, that's a great point. You got to take every single day as if it is a preseason game. We don't have, like you just said, we don't have any preseason games this year, so you got to be able to sharpen your game every single day you step out there because you don't have a preseason game to mess up. You don't have a different opponent to go against. The next opponent is the Washington football team, and we really have to make our mark every single day out there, whether it's on offense or special team for myself. And I'm not taking any of those positions lightly because special team definitely plays an intricate part, and offense definitely, when my number's called upon, I got to be ready. So every single day is definitely finding something else that I can work on.
Bo Wolf and then Kristen Rogers.
Hey, Corey, along those lines, it seems to me that like running back in particular is a position where it's going to be hard to evaluate guys in practice because you're not going live. You can't play special teams live. I wonder what you think your rookie season would have been like if you didn't have preseason. Do you think you would have made the team?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got high confidence in myself. I wouldn't say I wasn't going to make the team. That would have been terrible. Preseason
but
definitely
the opportunity to show yourself.
Yeah, preseason definitely does give you a chance to, because like you said, for guys who are part of the 3s and 4 group, that is your time. That is your opportunity to show the coaches if you have what it takes. And but like I said, practice shouldn't be any different. You're practicing so hard to work up to the preseason game, so why not take the same approach? Why not take the same mentality into the next day of practice? So I believe I would have made the team just off of the efforts, just off of the mentality that I had to carry in this building because I didn't earn the respect yet because I was not drafted. So I had a chip on my shoulder, so I had to play balls to the wall on that one.
Kristen Rogers and then Dave Zangaro.
Hey, Corey, hope you're doing well. As we look at this running backs room, you are one of the veterans in that room right now. I'm curious how the dynamic is continuing to kind of cultivate and curious what kind of culture you guys feel like you're continuing to develop, even though it is such a young but talented room.
This running back room is awesome and very mature, especially with the rookies we have here. It's awesome to be in a room with so many people who are just smart and just developed in such a short time. Nobody has everything with COVID right now is not normal. And I'm pretty sure there's distractions that could possibly come amongst, but those guys are doing an outstanding job. And with Miles being in the room, with Boston, those guys who have been there last year know how to work, and they know what Deuce Staley is asking for. They know what the call is supposed to be every single day, and that's to bring that fire, that's to bring the juice, and that's to be the best field out there. Best group on the field out there. So, this group is definitely not going to shy away from competition, and that's what you want. They're really not. When I say it's competitive, it's definitely great. it's great vibes, it's great attitude, it's a great purpose, and everybody has something they want to work on each day. So nobody's selfish, nobody's crying over reps. Everybody's just waiting for the opportunity to to break loose, and that's what you want to see out of your group.
We have time for two more here, so we'll go Dave Zangaro and Paul Domowitch.
Hey, Corey, you guys have two undrafted rookies in that running back room, and Mike Warren and Adrian Killens. What have your impressions been of them, and how are they dealing with this offseason? It's pretty tough for an undrafted rookie to turn heads.
They're doing an outstanding job, not just even on the offensive side, but special teams. Mike Warren, my hat goes off to him. Me and him are going up against each other every single day. He's undrafted. I understand his story, and he brings a certain edge and a certain connection when it comes to the preparation and the dominance he brings on the field. Especially in his run game. I know he runs hard. I saw it out there first day of pads today. I'm excited to see if we do go live one of these days this week, because he's going to be a tough guy to bring down, especially Adrian Killens. Man, that guy is a roller. He can fly on the field. He's speedy, light on his feet. He makes a lot of guys miss, so I'm excited to see what a live action looks like.
Final one here from Paul Domowitch.
Corey, you're starting your fourth season, but in talking about your approach earlier, it almost sounds like you're approaching this like you're an undrafted rookie free agent.
Mm-hmm. I gotta do it. Just for myself, my mentality, I basically just hit a hard reset and just said, what did I do my first year that I need to grab and bring it into this year, my fourth year? Because basically my fourth year, I'm like you said, I'm approaching it as my rookie season. I'm not coming in like I know it all. I'm not coming in like I don't need any extra work. I don't need any extra study time. I'm all open arms. I'm happy. I'm excited. And it's as if I got my back up against the wall. I'm ready to show everybody once again what I've been working on, how I can go about it, and I can be a guy that you can depend on, definitely in the offensive role and special teams.
Hey, TJ. In what ways would you say you are better this year than you were a year ago? And, you were mostly on the field last year in rundown situations.
Yeah.
How well prepared do you feel like you are for, playing against the pass this year?
So I just think from last year, the experience really helps me. Just going out there now, I feel a lot more confident in what I'm doing. And having that time last year to see, the guys like Nigel and Camus and Nate and those guys play the scheme and the techniques helped me learn a lot. So going out this year, I feel a lot of confidence and just I feel a lot stronger than I did last year as well, going back home and working on my body a lot this offseason. So I honestly feel really good.
We'll go Ed Kratz and then Ruben Frank.
Hey, TJ. There seems to be a perception the linebacker crew is kind of the weak link on the defense. How do you view that room, and what do you see that group accomplishing this year?
Yeah, I mean it's a very, very talented group, very fast group. From top to bottom, the young guys are very athletic and very smart and have a really good feel for what's going on. But I think this group just has a lot of talent. I think right now there's a really big competition, so that's only going to raise the level of all of us as well. But I think we really just have to do a good job of communicating with the front end and the back end, and as linebackers putting the whole defense together. So I'm really confident in what this group can do this year.
Go Rube and then Dave Zangaro.
What's up, TJ? You mentioned Nigel and Camus, and they're not here. Jatavis retired. There's not a lot of veterans. It's a real young group.
Mm-hmm.
What's the benefits, I guess, of that, and also maybe the negatives of that, not having that veteran voice in the room? Is that possibly an issue, or can you make up for that?
It's kind of how the NFL goes, and guys, the rosters switch up every year. But I don't see that being a problem for us this year. I think Nate, as well as Alex and myself and Duke, have really tried to take that leadership role upon ourselves and bring everyone along, just because we need everyone. And I think that part we won't skip a beat with. And I think we have guys who understand the game very well. So I see us kind of keeping that leadership thing going as well.
Dave Zangaro and then Kristen Rogers.
Hey, TJ, what's up, man?
Hey.
So you're obviously a little more confident coming into this year. What are some of your goals for yourself this season?
First and foremost, I want to make the team. I want to do whatever I can to solidify myself and earn the respect from others, teammates, and just people around the building as well. But I really do just want to make sure that I can, whatever role I am at this year, I want to make sure that I do that to the best of my ability and, try to teach someone something, some of these young guys, just teach them a few things a day. And because I know last year that helped me a lot as well. So I want to make sure I can do that for them. Just, it's kind of, you're paying it forward because that's what guys that were before me did for me. So I want to make sure I do a good job of that.
Rogers and then Rob Kessner.
Obviously mentioned, you want to have a bigger role in this team, and that is available in this linebacking core right now. You talked about getting stronger in the offseason. Can you take us through what your offseason was like, knowing that you have a big opportunity ahead of you this season?
Yeah, so I was actually living in Chicago back home with my family, and then I would drive to Wisconsin at a facility called Next Level. It's ran by this guy named Brad Arnett, does a really good job. It has a lot of my old Wisconsin teammates there from the Watt brothers and a couple other D linemen as well that I played with. So it's a really good facility, and I really got to focus on just getting my core strength back and making sure that my whole body was very functional in terms of flexibility, and explosion is something that I really try to work on hard this offseason. And I can feel it, kind of just running around. I feel a lot more smooth in what I'm doing, and now it's just, getting back in the comfort of playing football and getting my reads down and things like that.
If I can follow up really quick.
Was there any mental adjustment that you had to make, knowing that you are taking on a larger leadership role here this year?
No, not really. I've always been a guy who just tries to get 1% better every day. Something I've been doing since I've been in college. I just want to focus on one thing a day and make sure that I'm on top of that, and make sure that my effort is never questioned as well. So I think, you do those two things, and, good things will come.
We'll go Rob Kessner and then Paul Domowitch.
Hey, TJ. So it feels like by just virtue of the front office's decisions to not bring in some veterans, and, some of the things they've said here just to us, unprompted, they feel really confident in your group, despite the lack of experience. How does that make you guys feel? And do you guys feel like you can live up to what they expect from you?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, you have to be ready at all times, no matter what. So I think we've done a really good job so far of just everyone, even the young guys, knowing what they're doing and what, and how to do it, and, being where we need to be. And now I think it's just getting into that comfort of playing football again. But I really think this group is a really, really good group, really fast, really, really strong, really athletic, and can make a lot of plays. So I think, there's definitely some, high expectations for our group, and I'm excited, to see where we take it.
Yeah, TJ, how surprised were you by Jatavis's decision? And after you heard about it, what was the reaction from the linebacker unit as a group?
Yeah, definitely something I think, we obviously didn't know about. He was a really good dude, very smart, knew the game, really, really fun to be around. So, that's something, that he felt was the best decision for him. And as a group, we respect that, because, we were playing with him, and, you can never really understand, why people make decisions, but you have to respect what they do. So, wish him the best and everything like that. But, I think, as someone goes, you realize that someone else is going to have to take, a step up and take that place. So it's kind of, how the NFL is, though. Everyone's got to be ready at all times to make sure that you can step up and, the team doesn't miss a beat.
Final two here, Zach Berman and then Jeff McClain.
Hey, TJ, I understand that you said you're trying to make the team, but how would you compare camp different this year compared to last year when you were trying to make the team and now you have that path to a starting job?
Yeah, it's definitely different in terms of my mental. I think I'm just not feeling safe at all, because I do want to prove that I deserve to be on this team and anything like that, because nothing is given in this league at all. So, but I just, in terms of my confidence, I feel a lot better of knowing what I'm doing, and just getting the comfort of how people play around me, and the spots of playing off guys and things like that. So I think just going out on the field. And even in meetings and in walkthroughs, I just have a way, way better understanding of what's going on.
Last one here.
TJ, we saw today Miles and both Miles and Boston line up in a slot a few times.
Yeah.
Obviously nothing new, but when you have running backs as athletic as those guys, and you got a two-way go to deal with when you're covering them, I mean, what kind of challenges do those guys present to you in that coverage?
Yeah, they're both, all the running backs we got are very skilled in the pass game. Especially, Boston, Miles, and Corey, those guys can just really move, and they're really fluid in what they do. So they do a good job of kind of disguising what the route's going to be and things like that. But they're definitely, very dangerous. But, it really helps us a lot because, we're going against, in my opinion, some of the best at what they do. So going against them every day is really just helping us as well.